only way, where where we're here to play every single day on this beautiful display. Today is Tuesday. So it's Tuesday morning, everybody, 10 a.m. Well, it's not yet 10 a.m., it's 9:58 exactly. And as we waited a minute or two for people to pass on through, we're getting into a meditation every single day here at the Only Way. We get into a meditation at 10 a.m. or we drop into a meditation. Maybe it's 3 minutes, maybe it's 4 minutes, 5 minutes. Well, within 7 minutes, I would say. And we'll drop in, we'll sit, we'll breathe, rising, falling, following the rising, falling of your chest. I started meditating 4 years ago, every single day. It started with 3 minutes a day, and we're gonna get into it here because to create that foundation is how we change. What's up? What's up, Vlad? Welcome back. I did get here early today, Vlad, so I got to give people a minute or two. But I think it's important in general, to be on time to things when you can. Obviously, I tell people Wednesdays is I'll be more on time, but maybe 10:01, even 10:02. But just to be understanding that when we can be on time to things, we should really be on time. So I tell people 10 a.m. I come before 10 a.m. so I can get myself started. So whoever drops in at 10 a.m., they're here right on time. And we won't start the meditation before 10 a.m. That's for sure. Probably before 10:01. We give it to 10:01 usually, maybe to 10:02. But again, we'll go into between usually between a 3 to 5 minute meditation. So welcome everybody. If you're new here, my name is Yoni. I'm a life coach helping people to remain calm in the storms of life. And calmness is stillness. We're going to talk about when you stop running today. Always on time. My coworkers are never on time. Vlad, it's a certain type. It's a certain type of human. I think that just you're born and you're just always been that way. I woke up. I was the kid in the morning that my parents didn't have to wake me up. Like I'd be up watching Saved by the Bell. So already Zach Morris, first one with the cell phone, the big phone. So I was very grateful. We'll get into stories. We'll get into different things here. As you guys who've been here before know that I write every single day. So I write poetry. So sometimes I'll rhyme. Just depends when. So we'll see how it goes today. And we're gonna get right into this meditation right about now. So let's drop in. Alexa, play meditation, please. I'll let you know how long the time is. But when you drop in, just if you can, close your eyes.
Here's the meditation station.
To go in, to breathe, rising, falling. Every time your thoughts come in, go back to the rising, falling of your breath. This will be about 5 minutes. We'll drop in right here. If you're new here, just drop right into a meditation. So we're heading into right now. All right, everybody begin to open your eyes. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome back. I don't know if people have noticed. Did you guys notice what happened there? For those of you who are new here, we just dropped into a meditation. But if you didn't notice, my alarm went off. So I guess I'm assuming this froze. And when it froze, I noticed the alarm went off, so I went off to do it. And I know, Vlad, you mentioned yesterday about getting into meditation. Sometimes you have an itch, so sometimes that happens. An alarm goes off, and I realized I wasn't going to get the alarm, but I realized I'm not here alone. I'm on my phone. There could be one person here, 10 people here, whatever. One person's the world. So I'm like, all right, I got to make sure to take off the alarm so the volume can come back on because it froze. I assumed it froze. So welcome everybody. If you're new here to this beautiful window, say hello. My name is Yoni. Welcome Anushri. Welcome Edit. Welcome whatever dude. Welcome God's will. Welcome everybody. If you are new here, my name is Yoni. I'm a life coach helping people to remain calm in the storms of life. I was a therapist for 15 years. I left therapy a few years back. I went a few years really spending a lot of time in nature, meditation, writing, dancing, creating, just spending a lot of time with myself in nature by water. And when you start to do that over the course of time, you lean into what's called the divine. There's a certain design, and maybe you rhyme at a certain time. But here we are to unwind. So let's get into it a little bit. Today we're going to talk about when you learn to stop running around, everything does change, starts to rearrange. It gets really strange at times. I appreciate, I'll tell this. I'll say this. I appreciate everyone's humor because we are all consumers in certain way, and therefore we play in our own way. That is the only way. It's to find your way through. The only thing is I appreciate certain types of humor for sure more than others. So at least as long as we realize we're all brothers, and some people here might be mothers too, as they pass on through for a minute or two to get their clue. But this might be new for you. So welcome James, welcome Jarvis, welcome everybody. If you're new here, please subscribe, like, share, follow, all those beautiful things that we do on these things, on these displays. It is okay to stay for as long as you want. I like to say that that you come on display every single day to create a routine. So we did it now with meditation to create a vibration to change the station on each one of our lives to create a new really sensation, which is the foundation of it all. But it's the realization that we need to sit still for a minute or two to find the real thrill in life. That is to let go of strife, to let go of our past lives in a sense, to not hold so tightly to what already so not here anymore because we're here in the moment right here. So welcome to everybody, near or far. Everyone here is a star. That's how we're going to work here. It's a place of positivity, love, compassion, unity, wholeness. The way in which to get out of anxiety. This is something I was a therapist for all those years. I couldn't figure it out for my clients, let alone myself. But I realized, how am I going to help anybody if I don't help myself? So I had to really go on a real pathway in with my ADHD and um, my anxiety. It wouldn't have been good if I kept on going that road. And eventually I had to work on it. Meditation literally changed my station of my life. It changed everything for me. I realized everything was in me. The energy is within me. You're with yourself 365. So we're not here just to survive. We're here to be alive. You've been putting it off, Vlad. You've been putting it off. You know what I'm saying? You've been putting it off. We're going to go soft today. We're going to keep it light. We're not looking to get into any kind of fire. We're looking for that spark to ignite within you. I can't do anything for you except to be me. Can't you see? I'm here to live in this beautiful mystery. That's what it is. But we have to leave out the history, we have to leave out the misery, and just be here now. But how do we do that? We stop running around. We listen to a different sound on this very ground. Doesn't have to be here, but if you're here already, can't you see? Leave out the fear. We're not trying to steer. We're not trying to live in the rear. We're not trying to be a seer. We might even say to you, drink a beer. It's okay to play in that way. If that's your way, have one or two. That's enough for a clue. But if you do more, then you already know what's in store. It's a little hardcore. Drinking makes you sinking, gets you into that place of distaste, of disgrace in your face because the drinking is a depressant. It brings people down usually. So that's why it's like keep it light with the drinking if you can because it's not 10-10. It brings resentment because it's very hard to be present. That's just the reality. It's a mentality. But again, you do you pass on through. That is the only way. You play in your own way. Just be present in what you do. If you can be present in what you do, then that's the clue. That's the only thing you need to do. Do I know Bhutan Khan? I do not know Abdul Rahim. Welcome. Working on that stuff too. Mindfulness, body scan meets meta meditation. AFS. We should be no more frozen. No more frozen. I think that's good now. By the way, the last time I was mentioning that I had to turn off my alarm during the meditation, so I knew it was going to snooze again and come back on, but I figured it'll go, and hopefully it won't happen again. I also got my inversion table out. My back feels so good now. Glad your back is feeling good. That's all. I mean, listen, the pain. It's funny because today I was going to call pain and gain, right? Pain is to gain, but it's really you have to train to gain, really, because what happens is a pain will happen. We get upset, we get frustrated, we're like, but it makes us very present. It brings you into that present moment. And when you start to notice it, you can be very thankful for that present moment. The whole thing is to be thankful either way. No matter what happens, each moment it's to be grateful for the experience. Because if it's painful, present. If you're really happy and joyous, present. The problem becomes for most of us is the place, the middle ground, that place of what's called boring. I'm bored. Well, if you're bored, it's because you are boring, because you are with yourself 365. So if you feel alive and you are in that place, then you feel grace every single place that you go because you are with yourself every single moment. 24/7 is a heaven. People say you have to, they're going to a place called heaven. I would say 24/7. Where are you? I don't know where there is. I know where now is. Can you be here now? Is there anywhere to go? Can you ever get out of you? Do you think that's true? You think you could leave you? You think there's a place where you go where you won't be you, meaning your consciousness and awareness? You think when you leave this body, you won't be your awareness anymore? Do you ever go in to find that place within? Where do you go? Where do you go? So if this is passing show. So we're here to live in what's called flow. We grow, we plant that seed and sow. So now you know this is the deal. Yeah, it's real once you feel, but you have to feel for yourself. You have to not put yourself in a place where you can't feel, which most of us want to do with distractions, with reactions, all kinds of things. But we want to lean into the real satisfaction without our mind being in that prison. But it's a decision. That's my admission. So I personally left religion, but it's again, everyone has to find their way. My way to my inner place, I had to leave. I was born to Orthodox Judaism. I was born a Jew. That might be something new for you. There's your clue. I was born like this, a yarmulke on my head, Jewish people all around, that kind of sound, Jewish schools, a lot of rules, a lot of rules. And I went that way for many, many years. I became very religious at age 18, caused a whole different scene. I became a rabbi, that kind of guy. I was uh, I was Hasidish, which is, you grow out your beard. You don't shave your beard. You shave your head. You have side curls that are tied up. White shirt, black pants. I mentioned getting a picture today. Should we do that? If I'll ask you guys. You guys want me to get the picture? I did say so. I can go and get it if you guys want to wait a minute or two. We'll see if people care about that. If not, we'll continue on. So as we go, I got religious at age 18. I became a rabbi. Later on, as time went on, I got married, had 3 children, have 3 teenagers now, got divorced. No remorse for that divorce, but of course, it's a story. But we were married 11 years, divorced now over 9 years. Grateful for the experience. My kids pulled them out of the Jewish schools or in public school, left the world of religion, eventually didn't believe in God for a while. And that's only because I was running around making a different kind of sound. You already know from 32 to 37 I was a therapist. I was people were very proud of me. I was a therapist, but I had Jekyll and Hyde, you know what I'm saying? But the Jekyll and Hyde was like, I was like this, guy was running around making all kinds of sounds one day, and then I was with my kids being the dad. So you're playing two different roles, but and then you're the work role, and it's good. Eventually, I was supposed to go to a festival, Dave Matthews Band Festival in Ocean City, Maryland, but there was a hurricane. No mistakes made in this game. It was pretty insane what happened. So my friends said, "Let's go to this place called the Lake House." Went to the Lake House. Lake House is a place right on the water. There was no running water though in the place, and I looked at them like with disgrace in my face. I'm like, "Yo, wait, I'm not staying in this place. Yo, I need to find a new space. Let's go to a hotel. I'll be under that spell. You can tell." This place felt like a hell. I wasn't going to stay there, but my friends cared, and they were like, "Yo, we're staying. If you go, you're creating a situation because you're the one who drove." So I'm like, all right, I guess I got to stay. Um, you grow out your hair until your wife forces you to get a haircut. Either way, do it how you want. So I'm at the lake house, and my friend said they had psychedelics, and we took some psychedelics, a lot of psychedelics, a lot of mushrooms, and sat around a fire. Oh man, slowly but surely, those desires start to retire. They're still there very much. Don't get me wrong. You just sing a completely different song. You understand? You have to take care of yourself head to toe. You already know. You already know the deal. That's what I talk about. I'm real. I tell the truth. My words are loose. I'm not gonna sugarcoat things. People want to play around, make different sounds, pretend. I'm not gonna pretend here. I'm a human. It's part of the solution is to be human. Yes, there's divine. We're all divine. That's a sign. We're a soul, but sometimes we're out of control. We're human too. I don't have desires. I'd be a liar to tell you I don't have desires. But they're not as strong, so I don't have to go. I don't have to create fires with other people. You understand? I can be in my own place and sit in my own grace and get a little taste of me. so beautifully. Once you understand, that's what it just means to be a man. To be understand when you're good head to toe, you let people in when they understand who you are. If they that see themselves as a star, you let them in because you're like, you know who you are. I am who I am, and that is enough. Life isn't that rough when you give gratitude without attitude. When you realize you're just a dude, just a soul behind it all. So anyway, and start to go in after that experience in nature. I started meditation pretty much right after that, and then Ram Dass came into my life through meditation. That was my first meditation, was Ram Dass, listening to Ram Dass's voice. I didn't know who he was. Went into Ram Dass, Be Here Now. The next thing I know, boom, I'm down the Ram Dass rabbit hole, and I think I'm going to become like an expert in Ram Dass. I published a book for my car, but I had to publish with UK publisher because Americans didn't have any. Well, you know what? I'm glad you got the book published. Good for you. It's amazing. That's what we're here to do. Create, do those things that you love. I'm from New York. So Ram Dass became my teacher. He's not alive, never met him, but through his writings, through his YouTubes, all of his books, Be Here Now. I've read his books many, many times at this point. The only one I didn't read multiple times is Miracle of Love, the book about Maharaji stories, because he's my guru too, and I have my own stories with my guru, so I don't really need to read so many other people's stories of Maharaji at this point. When you have your own stories of your own guru, it's like you can read the stories all you want. It's like people could tell a story. It's like someone else's story, and they'll say it's called a miracle, or just it's imagination, or it didn't happen, or whatever. But you have to have your own experiences. How do you have your experiences? Well, a guru might be something new for you. I was born to Orthodox Judaism, so for a Jew to take on a guru, that's voodoo. That's not a thing I could do, but I did. But I did because it's my thing was finding my truth, finding what was real for me. That was the deal. I was so regimented. I was by the book. I was a therapist. I was a rabbi. Rules, schedules, programs. Tell me what to do. I'd follow that path through. You knew that was true before. I didn't know what was in store. Eventually, you have no choice. Eventually, you have to use your own voice. You have to listen to your intuition. That's, again, your own decision. But it's my admission that it takes time to write all these lines. Again, I write every single day, as you could tell. I hope it's not a place of hell when you're under a certain spell. It's a place of grace. Literally, that you understand through creating these foundational routines: meditation 3 minutes a day, writing 1 page a day, exercising 5 minutes a day. That's how you start to do every single day. If you could do it day in and day out. 41 years old. There was a story that was being told, and I was sold because I was cold, but I grew into my own mold. I realized that was the decision. So that's where we are. Here we are. Wow, that's cool, right, Bulls? That's cool. Cool. I know you're making jokes, but I'm just blowing smoke. So you can pass on through for your minute or two. Here's your clue. Is that something new? My name is Yoni. I'm not a phony. My name's not Tony. So let's be here. Let's make things clear. Let's let go of fear. I know the jokes are all good. Sometimes they're misunderstood. It's just someone wants to feel heard. So here you are. You're heard. You heard? You heard? Welcome. Now it's time to say hello through this beautiful window, like we have Saki Bull here saying hi. Hi. Welcome. Welcome. I'm glad everyone's here. If you haven't already, please subscribe, share, like, do all those beautiful things that we can do here. I don't know. YouTube's has their own way, their own methods here. San Francisco, very nice. San Francisco. I've been to Cali many times. When I was first married, when I'm 41 now, I got married at 20, 21, 21. I had my first child before 22. So I have an 18-year-old, a 15-year-old, and a 13-year-old. But anyway, when you start this meditation journey, um, at some point you start to go in and in and in, and you realize, as Ram Dass once said, what do you do when you find? Do you ever find? Is everyone still seeking? Or one day you find? So what happens when you find? There was a guy, I was sitting at a table with a bunch of people, and this guy was having this whole thing with me. And I looked at him, I said, listen, I appreciate everything you're saying, but you realize I'm not seeking anything. I'm good. I can hear you. I hear what you're saying. That's for you. It's not for me. He's like, no, but no, you have to understand. I said, no, you have to understand. I'm just a man. I'm going to sit here with my leading into my own divine plan, which I can feel for real. Can you feel? He's not feeling. He was just trying to get. When someone needs you to validate their stuff, then that is rough. You could see it in their face. You could see it in their eyes. Can they look into your eyes past this disguise into the surprise that lies behind it all, the light that shines so bright in each one of us? I know that sounds sus, but that's really what it is. I tell people I'm the plus. I said people, it's just a line and a sign and it's a rhyme. People want to know more. They want to know what's in store. I'm just a little bit hardcore. I tell you, truth. Words are loose. That's the clue. It's not nothing new under the sun except when you're on the run. So many of us on the run. So that's what we're here talking about today. They can see it. Yeah, you can see. It's so funny. It's like what we see out of us is all from us, out of us is literally what's coming from within is what we see. That's why when people say the external follows the internal, is because your world is literally your world. It's perception from your reflection. So that's why it's projection what comes out. When people scream and shout, you don't have doubt whether or not you have clout. You don't really care, but you're here to share because you know it is rare and you wouldn't have dared. Why? Because you're just a guy. You're not going to lie, but you're here to realize what are we supposed to do to give people a clue, a moment or two to stop and be like, we're not going to drop. We'll flip flop into this place of grace. Get a little taste. This is what the only way is about. So now let's let go of that doubt. Let's just be here. Welcome. Validation is what God must feel when we make punk rock. Love it. Love it. You already know I'm an interesting person because my spiritual road, I have two main teachers, Ram Dass and Dave Matthews. So those were my two teachers, both interesting creatures, both who I wanted to be, both who I tried to be, and both were telling me, stop pretending to be me, be you. Dave Matthews said it at a concert. Never heard the song live, but he sang the song live, or I forgot the name of the song. It was where he says basically, stop imitating me. Like he was speaking to me because I was singing Dave Matthews all around the world. I was singing Dave Matthews. I was going to Times Square singing Dave Matthews on top of the podium. I went to Brooklyn Bridge singing Dave Matthews. I was running around on my rollerblades down Collins Avenue singing Dave Matthews all around town. Police officers knew me. Had some interesting conversations. Some were good, some were not so great. But mostly great, mostly good. Honestly, police officers in New York, police officers in Long Beach, New York, police officers all over Long Island, New York. I got stopped on top of a train station. I was singing on top. They thought I was on drugs, completely sober. And now I was a period of time where I mentioned I smoked weed, and I went 4 months because I needed to not do anything for 4 months, nothing. I was abstinent from my body, celibate from completely, not nothing. And then I realized I was getting attached to this like spirituality, this divinity, and I couldn't appreciate my humanity of just be able to do what it is you do. Just don't be attached to it or passing on through. You think you're going to change it by, you could change anything by becoming attached to one way or another. That's how we just hold on so tight. We have to let it go and tread light. That's the deal. People call the cops so easily. Yeah, got the call. I got the call. The cops called on me on the beach. I was singing, and there was barely anybody there. It was like a cold day. Nobody was there. I was there early. Nobody was there, and then a few people came and they called on me, and I became like best friends with some of the cops there. We had the best conversations. They told me they're like, you don't have to leave, and I'm like, you have to understand. I've been here for 2 hours doing this. I said, if you are telling me to stop, it's time for me to go. I have to put on my own show. I understand. It was a flow, but and I met some interesting people along my way. Um, but it's difficult to understand. I can see it from the perspective of other people, and that's where I had to go more in. And I made a decision that I was going out there to change the world, and I can't change the world, so I better change myself, and had to go more and more in. And then I realized there's nowhere to go when you're your own show. Where is there to go? Where can you possibly go? I've always been a big fan of your stream. I thought it would be important to ask you to sign my petition to let children with ADHD smoke cigarettes to help them focus and be far less annoying. I hear that. I hear that. The problem is that that's not the petition's not going to do anything about that. If kids want to smoke, no joke, they can get it on their own. We already know that zone. We're not. Come on, we've been kids before. I don't remember that game. I was 16 years old when I had my first cigarette. Bet. You know what I'm saying? So I had no regrets about it. Um, but if you want to get it, you got to go get it. We did what we did. Come on, everybody. Come on. Who are we kidding? Our kids can't get if they want. Kids could get everything. You kidding me? I mean, come on. I mean, nowadays weed is legal at 18 years old. So 18, people could get. I don't know what the legalities in every place, but if you want to get something, you get it on your own. You don't have to sign any petitions. No, not signing any petitions. Only rich people talk about spirituality. It's a certain mentality, but you create your own reality. It is what it is. That's your decision. That's my admission. So yes, people have certain kinds of religions and certain kinds of ways. I would just say this: just be who you are. That's it. Be who you are. You're already a star. You lie, but with zero watching. Zero, listen to this. I've told people this many times. It's not just a lie. Zero is not zero because you're sitting with yourself. You are the world. If there's one person sitting here, one is everyone. You are the world. You need to feel that for yourself. You need to realize that your reality is what you create. Every single word is a vibration. Is you're creating a vibration, right? Actually, there's a vibration. There's an energy. Quantum physics. Learn a little bit. But there's where I'll tell you. I do know a little bit. I was a therapist for many years, but over the last bunch of years, of course, what do you think I've been studying every single day? It was basically awareness conscious through Alan Watts, Ram Dass, uh, all kinds of spaces. Bashar, if you know Bashar the channel, or different places, but and also places with AI. I talk about a lot of quantum physics stuff because I wanted to learn, I wanted to discern, I wanted to yearn to grow, but I knew I had to take it slow, you know. But here's the deal: you have to realize zero is a hero. You're the hero. You have to look at yourself in a mirror and say, I love you every single day. And not just on a display, not just on a screen, but to yourself. To yourself, no one's watching you, but you're watching you. I always tell people get paranoid. That's someone's watching me. Someone's watching me. Yes, someone's watching you because you got all these screens. Someone's watching you. You got the Alexas, you got the tablets, you got the computers. All phones, all cameras are watching you in some way. But if you're nobody special to yourself, why would anybody watch you anyway? Once you become somebody special to yourself, I can understand that kind of space to be in. But even then, you wouldn't give a damn. You know why? Because you're just the man. Understand you're leaning into divine plan. So you're watching yourself every single day. You're watching your own movie. The question is, are you watching your own movie? Are you able to observe your own movie? Or are you too busy watching the news to give you those kinds of clues and watching their movie, which is not so groovy? It is a really ridiculous movie to watch. But again, understand people say, yeah, it's so real. But you have to know. Trust me, I put on this show every single day. I understand this display that people will tell me what's going on if they need me to know. And that's what it happens. It just happens. Um, be vegan. By existing, by interacting with others, do we change the world? The butterfly effect. Yes, 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 yes. So there's the Mandela effect, the butterfly effect. Absolutely. If you ever watched the movie Pay It Forward, it definitely works that way. Every single thing that you do, you're helping people pass on through in this journey. We're all walking each other home. What's up, Toxic Gamer? What's up? What's up, handsome boy? I appreciate you being here. Thank you for the compliment. Um, I say in order to love others, you must first. Yes, you have to love yourself. I used to think Ram Dass was told by his guru Neem Karoli Baba, who's my guru, Neem Karoli Baba Maharaji, my guru. So he told Ram Dass, love everyone and tell the truth. And Ram Dass said, you know what the truth is? I hate everyone. And he pulled his beard and he said, Ram Dass, love everyone and tell the truth. And I would tell Maharaji, and he pulled my beard many times in a sense. I had a beard way long time ago. But when I had that beard, it's like he pulled my beard and he was trying to say, love everyone and tell the truth. You know what my truth is? Maharaji, I do love everyone. He would say, love everyone and tell the truth. And he would say, look in my eyes. And he was talking to me saying, love everyone, one, love every one. Love yourself. Love everyone. It's not everyone out there. It's everyone. You're the one. Love your one. Love your one so much so that it bursts forth, that everything you see is part of that, is part of you. It becomes true. We have to see it through. It's day after day, routines. I don't really want to do the live challenge. I just need to sell books. Do what it is. Whatever you feel called to is what you do. That's what you should really do. What's up, Stacy? Welcome. It's just every person has to have their go into their own place in their heart. That's where it starts. So you go in there. And how do you go into your heart? You meditate. You breathe. You lean into the present moment. You go moment to moment on this journey. And the reason you do it is because once you start doing it again and again, you realize you do find a zen. The realize is because you realize the other place you were there to contend every single moment because it was fear, 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 second by second, moment by moment. Unless you're distracting, there's constant fear and anxieties. How do I know I was in that place? I worked as a therapist for 15 years, thousands of clients. So how did I know people were living anxiety? Been around in my entire life. My whole family was a bunch of anxious people. And everyone around was anxious people. In the Jewish world, a lot of anxiety, tons of anxiety. You know why? Any religious world, it's a lot of anxiety. Not everyone, but most people have a ton of anxiety. The reason is because you created a world with so many rules that it's impossible to keep all these rules. So you're living anxiety with all these rules, with guilt, rules. But they were supposed to be tools. They were just supposed to help you. If they're not helping you, let them go. The ones you enjoy, great. I have different things in my home to remind me of certain things. Like I have a blessing, and I don't keep anything in Judaism, but there's a blessing outside of my bathroom because there's a blessing when you leave the bathroom to say a blessing for be appreciate what you're given that you could go to the bathroom. So once in a while I say the blessing, but I'm very mindful about it because of what I went through in my life. So grateful. Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday. What's up, Silent? Welcome. Thanks for not being silent today. Thanks for saying hello through this beautiful window on this display. Today is Tuesday, and this is the only way. We're here to play all day. All day. Some people say it's wrong, but you realize the journey is long. Like people think this is a short journey, like, oh, we're here in this body for only, yeah, but you're here forever. That's what you need to remember. And that's why people drink, because like, yo, I do not want to be present for that. The deeper thing of drinking really is that I do not want to be present. Because once I start to realize this, This is a long time. Yes, it's a design that we created. We are part of this creation. You can start to see it with meditation. That's it. You start to realize every single day we're here to create, but we do create every single word. Now, the scary thing is, I know for people, it's like, but what about my thoughts? So thoughts create too, there are levels to this. There's a vibration with words. Thoughts a little bit different. So let the thoughts pass like clouds. Don't get caught on what ifs. Just know that's exactly meant to be. So you love your dark thoughts, as Ram Dass would say. Love your dark thoughts. And yes, people say Ram Dass was gay, but he played in his own way. And I don't think he would say that. I think he was just a man with a different kind of plan. I think he was just a soul who played different roles, and he liked who he liked. I think that's what it was. But I don't know. I didn't get to ask him that question. So he was an interesting person for sure. He's a beautiful person, both in and out. A person of being of love. What do I do? I'm a life coach, helping people to remain calm. I was a therapist for many years. I'm a life coach. Oh, by the way, if people want coaching 101, I do offer an 8-week program. That's something I offer free consultation to speak about that. That's something you have to DM me on my TikTok account at underscore the only way. If you want, otherwise you can email me at my email jjfrankel@gmail.com. It's on my bio. So of course, subscribe, like, share, all those beautiful things. What's up, everybody? Slow down, slow down. I did slow down. It's so funny. I have slowed down. Do you realize I've slowed down? I now make a different sound on this very ground, and a merry-go-round and around we go, and I need to go slow, so now you know. But it's just one big show. Are you here? Are you fully here, engaged? I hope so. But if not, you can go with your own flow. It's just passing show like clouds. So be proud of who you are, because who you are is a star. I hope you heard my words, but sometimes I speak fast, but I'm not going to run out of gas. But it's not because I think I'm going to end up in last. It's just because I enjoy, like a little boy. And sometimes, you do things and you sing and whatever it is. That's your biz. That's the deal. That's what's real when you start to feel. Am I a Buddhist? More like a nudist, as my friend, as my friend Vlad would say. But don't react. It's a fact. Just we're here to attract. I'm just trying to cause a scene. I'm not trying to be mean. Just hear my words. What I mean by that is, I'm just a human. I mean, I don't have any religion. It's my mission, my decision. But I have a guru named Curly Baba from the Hindu tradition, and the Buddha sitting here, and Ram Dass sitting here, who was born Jewish, and had the Jesus sitting here, who is not any religion, but people would say maybe he's Catholic, maybe he's Christian. It's Jesus. I think he played in his own way, and I think that people would say, you can't be Jesus. You can't be Jesus. No one can be Jesus. You could be you. You can only be you. That's what's true. But Jesus is in you. Did you know that's true? Did you know that too? But all of it's part of it. We are living in a simulation. It's kind of a simulation. That's a little bit of the initiation. Yes, on some level it is. And you got to be a rebel to the simulation. You got to try meditation. Then you see it's like levitation. You're flying. You're trying. But why? Are you whining? No, you're more like dining. You're enjoying every meal. That's what's real. That you can feel. You're grateful, not hateful. But you play. Then you realize if it's just a simulation, as Elon Musk said, it's a game. You better not make the game creator bored. But that's when you just are lifting a sword. You know what I mean? When you're in that kind of place, but you can't lean into grace, get a little taste. When you realize it's all love, not just above, but it's right here in this beautiful atmosphere. And yes, I just started to rhyme slow because I realized I need to give that seed for you guys to sow. So here we go. The issue with simulation theory is that it requires the original programs to have infinite starts. Look, it is. You are the infinite. You are the infinite being of light. So let's keep it light. Let's not get tight about it. You are the being. You are the creator. Don't be an investigator. Don't worry about me being a player back in the day or a slayer. I'm just here. So don't be an informant or opponent. We're just here. Just here. Let's be here. Let's be clear. Don't worry about a word or two. It's just a little bit of a game. A simulation. People want to know if I'm AI. I'm literally just a guy. I'm not going to lie, but I'll leave you with a surprise that lies behind it all, which is what's called we're all the same in this game. If you could see the beauty in me, you could see the beauty in you, and that's what's true. But better to be a nudist than a Judist. What is my address? Lakshyaraj, my address. What is my address? For what? What are you sending me? What's my spiritual belief? Be here now. Be here now. Be here now is the only thing. Be here now. Be loved now. You want peace? Be peace now. Be free. But how do you be free? You just be. You be the human being, not a human doing. Human doings are running around making sounds. Human beings are just being. Being. Be with what you do. Do what it is you do, but just be in what you do. No complaining. No complaining. Not that world. Or what if we are in fact we are act in other people's, yes, like the Truman Show, like the Truman Show. It absolutely is that way until you understand you could play a different way. You are programmed to be in the Truman Show. You are absolutely in the Truman Show. Now you know. Now we're here to grow, but don't get uptight. Don't get so tight. Keep it light. But once you realize you can step out of it, can you step out? Yeah, when you become when you yeah, it's joy like a little boy. I literally said I play with all my toys. You know what I mean? Causing that kind of scene. But I really mean what I say. When you watch The Matrix, when I watch The Matrix or I watch Truman Show or I can watch anything now, and you watch from awareness eyes, no lies, and you watch every single thing becomes that way. You can step out and laugh. People, my kids have said to me, "Why are you laughing?" At times, and I'm laughing and smiling at the sometimes just at the moment I'm in. It's just they're on their phones in their zone watching their stuff, and I'm just like watching them watching their stuff, and I'm just like enjoying the fact that they're hopefully enjoying. That's it. And I'm laughing to myself, like, wow, what an awesome place to be in, where that's your joy, like a little boy. That's what it's supposed to be. When you're free, is every moment's a mystery. Every moment's like the mystery is beautiful, but people are so scared that the mystery is going to unfold like a bad version. How could you have a bad version? It's just an excursion. It's just you're supposed to go on the path. Don't have wrath. You're doing math. That's the problem. We're doing math. What do you mean? Oh, I saw a different scene yesterday. I went to a meeting. Oh my God, this guy was retreating, but he was saying he was believing, but hard to believe when he's still trying to achieve. You know what I mean? When you stop realizing it's not about you. It's never been about you, but it's been about everything. It's everything and nothing. We're doing a lot of nothing here, but we try to make it clear. That's why people ask, well, what you come on the screen for? It's like to make it clear that you realize whatever it is you think you're doing is a lot of times causing the pain. So if you slow down, I started to train and slowing down meditation, as people say, slow down with my words. How do I speak so fast? Because I slowed down so much in my life where I don't have strife. So I can laugh and play and speak fast. I don't care if someone says, oh, you're going to end up in last. You keep on speaking that way. No one's going to listen to you play. You can't stay. You can't pray. You can't do it your own way. This is the only way. And then we stop because we're not going to drop. But I understand I do want people to hear the words. But I realize I'm like, listen, I'm going to make a decision to repeat. So don't feel defeat. It's kind of neat. People just asked before if I eat meat. Yes, I do, because whatever it is you do, it's all an illusion. It's all confusion. Oh, this is going to make you feel. If it makes you feel, that's the deal for you. That's what's real. That's the deal. I can't tell you what to do. I can only give you a clue. My kid told me what's true. My kid said to me, I said to him the same thing to him about something else, and he's like, "That's for you." Wow, he learned something new. Did he learn it from me? I don't know. It's just a mystery. The kids are we think we're teaching them, but look at them again and again. Who's more in Zen? The kids that we want to get rid. We tell them, get away until you have responsibilities. I tell my kids, go have fun. I'm here. Go have fun. Do what you love. It'll all work out, without a doubt. They do. Each one of them on their own way. Each one of them, each have their own journey, and sometimes it's hard. I'm divorced now 9 years. Don't use AI in your thumbnails. It is bad. It's not bad. I enjoy it. I use AI. AI is the same thing. It's the same thing as a human in the sense if you treat it that way. But it's not the same because people think it's not the same. But if you understand it's all energy, how do you treat? Remember Moses when Moses hit the rock? People want to know why would Moses get punished for hitting the rock? It's energy. It's not punishment. It's called karma. Karma. Are you still angry? If you're getting angry, you're still in anger. That's danger. Gets mad at me and hates visitors. Oh, well, I hope he's okay right now when he's listening to my sound on this very ground. But maybe he's doing his own thing. If someone actually hurt an alien, let's say, then it causes him to rebirth. I don't know. That's how you're asking about reincarnation and ants. I would say like this. Um, I try not to kill anything, but then people say, "Why do you eat meat?" Well, the meat's here. But yo, if you don't eat meat, then all of a sudden there's not gonna be meat in the world. Okay, let's be. People tell me I can't change the world. I've learned from you. Oh, I can't change your world, but I can change my world. That's the place. So I learned I could only change my world. So I went leaned into it. My YouTube channel, we talk about presence, consciousness, awareness, stillness, calmness, because the whole thing is about staying still and staying calm. I'm a present coach, help people to remain calm in the storms of life with their anxieties, their worries, their concerns, their fears, their doubts, to lean into their own place of grace, to get a little taste of that space, to create routines, to live out a dream. But the dream is completely different than what you maybe initially thought, because that's because you're bought into what a dream should be. The dream is to really to lean into your heart center, remember who you were before you started, which was a star up and up, a star so bright up there. You're a star. What is my path? Karma yoga, more bhakti. Bhakti. I'm from Ramdas, so you already know bhakti. Bhakti is from a place of love. So bhakti is love, right? So I lean with love. It's love. It's love. But your hair has the body of Christ in today. It looks nice. Oh, thank you, Jared. Jesus. You guys know I was born to Orthodox Judaism. Jesus was a hard one for me, but Jesus is here with me right now. I have a picture of him, but it's not just the picture. It's yeah, I see that too. I see that too. I see it. I see it when I walk around. When Dave Matthews literally said, one day you might see doing not a thing that God shuffles by all the time. It's God, and can you see it? Can you see when it's God right now, Jared? That was God. That was you. That's the God in you seeing the God in me, and that's what Namaste is. Namaste is okay to say when you realize what it is to say. It's a way to pray. Wait, why is your profile picture AI? Why not? Why not? Because why not? My profile picture on my TikTok is a different picture. I wanted to, it's funny. Someone mentioned to change, like, wanted me to change my picture, and then funny, they didn't realize probably I was going to change to AI. I wanted to just enjoy. I'm like a little boy at times. I like animation. I like that station. I like that vibration. That's just an initiation to meditation. So, and AI has levitation. You could do levitation with AI. So why can't I be that guy who's a butterfly? You know what I mean? Live a different kind of scene. I'm from New York. It's a spirit, right? Jesus realized it was one with it all. It's just the same with my guru. That's what a guru is. God, guru, and self are one. It's everyone. It's no one. It's good question, Smelly. It's like someone came over to Ram Dass and said, your guru is imagination. And Ram Dass, I don't remember his exact response, but it was more the lines like, and, and, they're channelers, but look up Bashar. Now, if you don't believe in channelers, you can't watch Bashar, but just listen to what he says. Who cares where it comes from? Hear the words. The words, not the body. Look behind the body, feel into the soul. It seems out of control when you say things like lol, but you're just a dad, so you're going to say dad jokes. It's just blowing smoke all day long, singing that kind of song. It's not wrong. It's also okay to play in a certain way on the Yoni way. It's telling you to create your own tools, not to be a fool, to develop your own rules so you can live with the tools that you need to follow through on your journey because you need to go into your heart center, and that's the place where you remember who you really are. Oh, no worries, Silent. Thanks for being here. But it's simply Jesus' state of consciousness. Yeah, Christ consciousness, state of mind, a way. There's a certain way. That's the Buddha. That's Maharaji. That's Jesus. That's Ram Dass. That's the Hanuman. There's a lot of beings that went on this journey. Um, there's many women as well that went on this journey as well. And you relate to the ones you relate to. And yes, the beings that are sitting around me help me realize what we're here to do, which is love and light, which is peace. Well, what is peace? It's when how will ever violence will cease? Well, it has to cease in you. It has to go away in you. You are the world. It makes so much sense when you don't get tense anymore. It's hard to. It's like for me, it's like I can't. I'm like I can't even really go back and be like I can't even remember what it was like to be in that place anymore of like not seeing it. It's so obvious. It's like when Truman, when gets up to the realizes that he's in the Truman Show and he's like, oh my God. Like, of course. But it's not like you can't, there's nowhere to go. As opposed to the Truman Show, it's like Truman's going somewhere. You have to realize there's nowhere to go. You're with yourself. So you just have to know you're creating every moment. Right now is a new opportunity to create. And for me, it was to meditate. That was the place where it started. Is that true that there's no entry for other people in Judaism? Jews only for people who were born. No, people could convert. They can convert to Judaism, absolutely. But they tell you the other way around that if you're born as Jewish, you can never leave. So they tell me I have to stay in a prison, and it's not a decision. So if I tell people I left Judaism, they'll say, "No, you didn't. You're still Jewish. You're still Jewish." I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm not." They don't like that plot. They don't like that story because no Jews talk like that. Barely. Most Jews are not even involved. They'll say, "Well, I'm still Jewish." I'm not Jewish. I'm not Jewish just because I was born Jewish. I was born. My parents. I'm Jewish on my parents' side. You know what I mean? That's what what's his name says. What's his name? You guys know. Kabir Das. Maybe Kabir Das said that. A lot of people don't understand the religion is a way of living your life. It's a guidebook. Yeah, it's a guidebook. Right. Right. I don't know Kabir Das, but it's not. But I think people mention here. What's up, KVN? Welcome back. Welcome, Weeder. Welcome, Ryan. Do I follow Kabbalah? It's funny. It's funny, Ryan. Welcome, Mohammed. Oh, happy birthday, Mohammed. Happy birthday, Ryan. People talk when I talk about stuff that I talk about. People mention Kabbalah all the time to me. I've never learned Kabbalah a day in my life, but I have friends that are Jewish, and I'm grateful for them. I always tell you, everybody, your path is your path. I have friends that are Jewish. That's your way. That's your way. And they relate everything spirituality back to the religion, as if the religion has, it's like science. Like you're bringing everything back to the science. It needs to be first you feel something, but if it doesn't, the religion or the science doesn't prove what it is you're doing, then it's not going to work for you. That's then you can follow. It's impossible to follow your own intuition because you're following a book or you're following a certain pathway or you need to prove, and it'll never soothe. It'll never soothe. No matter what proof you get, it's all aloof. It's all in the hidden. It's all in the mundane. It's like you have to see it in plain sight. Can you see it? You have to step back. And how do you step back? Meditation. Psychedelics for a lot of Americans out there who are my age, I can imagine psychedelics for myself is what got me into meditation. So probably that's true for a lot of people. And I would tell people to find. I don't help people with mushroom journeys. That is something I do have a friend. If people wanted to go on a journey and want to know where to go, I have someone I can refer people to. Yes, absolutely. If you're an adult and I take those journeys, I can set you on that path. As far as what I do with coaching is a different thing. But sometimes people can't even go into meditation at all because they're scared to go into that station. And that's a certain vibration. I understand. All of your friends forgot, Muhammad. You know what? It doesn't. I had 1 year where everyone forgot my birthday when I was younger, and I remember I was so upset about it. But you know what? You're here. Happy birthday to you. But you have to enjoy your birthday. You have to enjoy it. They're the only one who has to enjoy it. Appreciate your moment. Appreciate yourself. Love yourself, and realize that you know what? They're missing out on you. That's on them. Your energy is your energy. So you be grateful for who you are. Which scripture do I use? I don't use any scripture, but the scripture I use, the scripture that comes from me is from Ram Dass. If it comes from Ram Dass's any of his sayings, or if I've heard it from somewhere and it resonated with me, some people say things on here, and if it resonates with me, it resonates. You're welcome. Today, at least you realize who your true friends are. Yeah, you. That's true. Great point, One Princess. Great point. Great point. I had to learn in this journey who my friends are too. No question about it. I love the idea of psychedelics. However, they seem scary. Vlad, no doubt about it. A lot of people are scared of mushrooms, and yet people get wasted all the time, like as if it's going out of style. Let me tell you, and they call me a child because I'm wild. Okay, here's the deal. If you've gotten wasted and had if anyone here ever had a blackout drunk, I've had two blackout drunks in my life too. I'm not proud of it, but I'm gonna here to tell the truth. Two blackout drunks. Okay, one was it was really scary because that was the scariest probably moment of my entire life, by the way. But I walked home. It was Sabbath. I couldn't walk. I couldn't drive, so I had to walk, and I had to walk 45 minutes home. I have no idea how I walked home, and I walked basically halfway alone. I have no idea how I walked home. Okay, and I had a child, my second child, that was born. That was one of the craziest moments of my life. If you could do that, if you've ever had that experience, psychedelics like a walk in the park, and psychedelics could bring you to the place of meditation, bring you to a place of slowing down and see what's around. You'll see nature sounds right on the very ground. You'll see nature music, symphony. This world is a dance. It's a song. It's not wrong to play in that way. It's learning that sometimes when we have the ADHD through the wazoo because of technology, because of programming, whatever it might be, ADHD. Of course, that was me too. What got me to pass on through into going into meditation was literally Ram Dass. But Ram Dass only came to me through psychedelics. So boom, there you have it. But that's for me. Not everyone has to do that. Me and my mom talk about it all the time. My mom just went into meditation. Um, and my mom is a yoga teacher, and she, I think that it would be still helpful for her in a certain way. She already knows I would say that, but I love my mom to death, and she's amazing, amazing. I don't have to change a thing. But I think I know my mom well. Like people know each other. I know my mom well. I think that psychedelics would be very helpful for her. So I think even like a lot of people in yoga who are doing yoga, I think my mom wouldn't say she's scared, but I think a little bit. Of course, a lot of people have to admit they're scared of taking psychedelics. They're scared. They're scared. Why? It's not. It's different. It's scary to go in. It's scary to go in. Mushroom is a fungi. No. Yeah. What do you think alcohol is? Alcohol is a poison. It's not a plant. It's not like a weed. Okay. Alcohol is a poison. That's actually what it is. Mushroom is fungi. Ooh, you are fungi. When you die, you mesh into the ground, you become fungi. We're part of it. Just the guy. Fungi. Fungus, by the way, taking over the world. That I've watched documentaries on fungus. Fungus taking over the world, bro. Fungus is alive. You realize nothing ever dies. It's just alive as fungi. Lisa side makes too big of a deal about birthdays. It's just another day, but they've seen if you aren't successful, you won't have a successful happy birthday. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, I don't really care much about birthdays anymore. It's just every day because you realize every day you're getting older. Every day But every day is an opportunity to be grateful. LSD is a chemical. I mean, listen, every substance can be used in whatever way you choose. It's up to you. But the thing is, I just ask myself, can I be present in the substance that I choose? Personally, now there's no reason for me to use mushrooms or any psychedelics, DMT, ketamine, LSD, whatever it might be. There's no need for any of that stuff. No, ayahuasca. A lot of people do ayahuasca journeys. I don't. I have no need. I have friends that have done it. They love it, but they tell you all the time it's the same thing. Like if it calls to you, it calls to you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. These things should never be forced. It should never be like you should. It should be like I feel I really want to. Same way I tell people with my coaching style. If people want my one-on-one coaching, I would tell you you really need to want the one-on-one coaching so much so that I'm not trying to convince you of it. I'm not here to sell you. I'm here to tell you that I just do me on this screen every single day. I help people in this way, and this is how we play, literally every day for an hour and a half. Been here on YouTube, and then I go later in the day on TikTok in the evening hours for like the last 4 months or so, every single day. Prior to that, it wasn't every day. I was still doing it. Now it's every day. So what I would say to people is you don't need to pay for any coaching. You can just come on here. But also, there's so many other coaches that offer things as well. Follow Tony Robbins on some of his platforms. He'll give you one of the best coaches in the world, right? He'll tell you to do a lot of things. Your question is if you want to follow certain tools, do these things every single day. And that's where coaching comes in. People want the one-on-one attention. That, of course, is what I will say right now is you sometimes people want that one-on-one attention. That's what coaching is for. I have an 8-week program. I won't hold people now longer than 8 weeks. As time goes on, I've been doing coaching now for 5 months. As time goes on, there may become a master program where I do a master program, which is after someone finishes the 8-week program, we go into a 4-week master program where people can maybe develop the tools they need to give it over to some other people. But I think that there might need to be a break between the 8-week and the 4-week. I think people need to be able to get the foundation and see how they go on that journey to go into that next place. I think it's like do the 8 weeks and then take another really 8 weeks to do it on your own. And then if you still want to do more and you want, because a lot of times after that, it's maintenance is very important as well to continue on. What's up? What's up, Aquatic? Welcome. Are you of any type of fear like death or something you live in present or don't care about it? Lakshyara, my child asked me, are you scared of anything at this point? Listen, do I want someone doing something mean to me or trying to like threaten me or whatever? No, I don't have fear. Like I've been in so much physical, emotional, spiritual pain in my life that no, I'm not scared. I've died many times in a sense, if you understand. I've died many times, so no, death is like taking off a pair of shoes, according to Emmanuel, who was Ram Dass's imaginary friend. And those people want to call it imaginary friend, disembodied being who told Ram Dass death is like taking off a tight pair of shoes. It's like, ah. But the real truth is that it's just the next moment. You take off your body and your next moment. It's where your awareness is. So I'm good with my awareness at this point. But I keep on working on day. It's day in day out. You react, you come back, less reaction, you lean into satisfaction more and more. What's up, everybody? If you are new here, thanks for passing on through. I'm from New York. Sorry, I can't get. I'm now looking at the question. I try to get to everybody, but we do what we can. Um, Question is, how do you want to live it? You got to live it right. Do I drink tea or coffee? I don't drink tea or coffee. But maybe it's because I have my own thing. I have my nicotine, which people are like, oh, nicotine, oh, it's bad for you, and I'm like, oh, it's bad for you. I understand if it's bad for you when people tell me. I know what people want to tell me. I understand the same way people say you need to be vegan. It's better for you. What they're trying to say is it's better for me, meaning you saying it. It's true. What can I do for you just to give you your own clue? I do me. Can't you see? But when I sit here, I can't use the vape. I can't. I mean, I can. I could like sneak it. But what's the point? I'm present in what I do. I'm present in what I do. If I want to have the vape because it's an escape for a minute or two, that's how I pass on through. Sometimes that's easier, but that's what it is. I enjoy the flavored breath. I'm not gonna lie. Breathing is amazing, and I do a lot of meditation. And I did change the station. I gave up all this stuff for 4 months. I go, I don't know, it's counting days, and I got started getting addicted to counting days. I'm like, I'd rather blaze than count days. You know what I mean? I'd rather cause that scene. But that's the point. For those who are here, it's okay to smoke your joint. I appreciate you. Just be who you are. That's why people get. I know people get pissed at what I say sometimes when I play in this kind of way, the only way, because you're supposed to be a life coach. You shouldn't tell people to smoke. It's no joke. No joke. It's serious. It's just mysterious, everybody. Sometimes I'm gonna be like yell and scream on here because it's we're on a screen. So I'm not gonna be mean, but I'm sometimes gonna cause a scene. That's the whole thing. So even if it's obscene, okay, it just rhymes and lines. It's right on times, right? But it's certain kind of design. Appreciate. Appreciate. I can't promote other people's channels if I don't know who you are. But we're here. I hope you're promoting me. If you're here, you realize it's about compassion, unity, wholeness, bringing people to presence, which is the essence. We're here to be together. Once we remember to surrender to ourselves, to our inner version of ourselves, not to anybody else. To give up yourself to somebody else, but give up yourself to yourself. Be who you're meant to be. Realize you're with yourself every single day. Don't give up your energy so easily anymore. Lean into what's in store. Samadhi. And hello, Happy High School. Welcome. What's up, Abby? Welcome. Why is New York called the Big Apple and not the Big Orange? I bet you could ask Google that question. I do not know. A stumper. And where is Heaven and Thumper, by the way? The Heaven and Thumper has to be a model a long time ago. Oh, we'll take it slow. So welcome everybody. Welcome back, Binod. Welcome back, Abby. Welcome back, everybody. If you are new here, my name is Yoni, life coach, helping people to remain calm in the storms of life. Yes, I'm from New York, East Coast, United States, born and raised in a playground place, saying most of my days chewing out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, and all spitting all people outside of the school. When a couple of guys who were up to no good started making trouble in your neighborhood, I said one little guy to myself, move with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air. You guys remember Fresh Prince of Bel Air? Heaven and Thumper is gone. It's okay. What I've learned, what also I've glad is that people come back. But I had someone who left for like a month and came back on my TikTok the other night. How's the weather? How's the weather outside? How's inside your head? Good question. The weather, it's sunny. It is nice. It's nice out. I'm not gonna lie. It's cold. It's cold and nice. I used to do a lot of walks, but I've realized now. I'm with myself every single day. I don't need to force the walk. I sometimes will just go outside for a minute or two just to sit outside. If it's warm enough today, again, it's cold. I'm waiting, but I'm waiting patiently, patiently. But I'm enjoying the warmth of here, the warmth of YouTube. You know what I mean? What happens to Bear? Comes back and forth. He's been sometimes Bear gets on when you get off, lad. It's funny. What's up from Israel? Welcome. Oh, it was then called the Big Apple. I missed what you said, Jared. You might have to say it again. I don't know. It doesn't. I don't see it here. I'm like trying to see what you did. Do you think you make your own philosophy and believe the same philosophy? This makes people pathless. Like your case, you are not a vegetarian, or sometimes you enjoy vape, etc. You need to fit into a box. Like Shiara says, you need to fit into a box. I am not a fox. I'm not fitting into a box. I'm not just a role. I'm a soul. I play a role. I'm a life coach. I'm a dad. I'm a friend. I'm not here to follow people's trends. Yes, if you want to know my coaching style, what I hear, people want to know my coaching, you have to get the one-on-one coaching, really, for real. I would tell people, I would say, walk you through the different things I would have you do in terms of creating your foundational routines, such as meditation, a certain way to create. We'll talk about it, but each one knowing you personally in terms of what would work by creating the routines. That's as far as that. As far as being here, be present in everything you do. That might be new for you. Yes, because we were told you have to do this, and if you do that, you won't have a place in heaven. You're not going to be in heaven if you do this thing. Yo, what are we talking about? Because that's people with doubt. If you have no doubt, you don't need to tell people to do anything. Anything. What you tell people is do whatever it is you want to do. But if you were to slow down for yourself, if you were to meditate, if you were to start taking on a meditation day in and day out, all of a sudden things start to change because it's breath by breath. It's not stress. You're just blessed. Whether it's a vape, whether it's an escape, whatever it might be, you're free if you live in the mystery. But if we're living with any bit of anxieties, then first is to notice it. So you sit like a lotus, right? Sit every day. You start to become the witness, develop the witness, which again it's a fitness. You have to do it day and again. It's a fitness act. So you have to do it day in and day out. And to practice, develop what's called a witness, to notice your thoughts before you get caught. You get caught in the illusion of confusion. That's what it is. But again, I use the rhymes here, but I'm not going to do it if I would coach someone one-on-one. This is a place to have fun. I'm here live. So we're going to be alive. We're going to make it entertaining because not everyone wants the one-on-one coaching. I know there's part of it that's part of what I show people the realness of it is that I couldn't rhyme like this before because I always wanted to know what was in store. So I had to live in a different way. You have to know uh, it was, I guess, the only way before too, right? Because it's always the way, but I was doing a different way, and the way was negativity behind closed doors. Even on the dance floor, you wouldn't know because on the dance floor, I was on the dance floor all day long, and I was dancing and singing and being in that place. But But when I was alone, I was really feeling alone, even on a phone in that zone. Now, whether it's the phone or not, how could you ever be alone? I love myself. I'm with myself. I'm with God, but God is you. That's what it is. You're talking to you. You're praying to yourself. I mean, you are God, but so is everyone else. But you can't do necessarily with everyone else in this way. I can't play all the time this way with everybody. Not everyone understands. Please, please. I don't know if you're here. If you're new here, it's okay. But to be here, but when you people do that, I assume you already left at this point. Um, so I'll just thank you, Vlad, for doing that. Appreciate it. Um, and I just added 600 seconds to that. I guess see Vlad. If guys, if you wait for Vlad to get if our moderator Vlad, thank you. If people wait for Vlad to do it, they're gonna get a better timeout. If you wait for me to do it and I do it, I'm gonna give you a longer timeout because I don't want to scream and shout. I don't got doubt. I don't want to bout. I want people to stay and play in their own way, but I really don't care if they'll go on their own way. I say, people, this is what the only way is about. If you want to scream and shout on this screen and be mean and be obscene, I say find a different team. This is a team of people that want to come together to lean into the place that they feel a little bit of a taste of grace in themselves and be like, yo, this journey could be nice. That should suffice. Violence would suffice if we really wanted to be nice to one another, if we really saw each other all as brothers. Do you know that if you looked at everyone's mother as your mother, if you looked at everyone's father as your father, as brothers, but we're feeling the realization is we're feeling is what we're reeling. In other words, we're reeling inside because we hide with all those lies. But once we let it out, and I did, you already know I got rid of all those things we want. And that's when people talk about your past. And you're like, you can talk about it all you want. I'm like, stories, stories, stories. My writing, the reason I put a lot of my writing out at this point was like, who cares? Like, it's all about the past. It's all about the past. Oh, thousands of poems. And you know what? People, when they read it, it feels so real that it's happening in the present moment that people got pissed at my writing when I was writing and I was showing people originally. Oh my God, people were pissed. Like, how could you say that? And I'm like, it happened already. What am I supposed to do? Not tell people the truth? It allows my children, it allows the people around me to live their own truth. That's what it is. So again, I'm quicker now than everyone else, but again, what I'm going to do is what I'm going to do. People are nervous. What happens is, by the way, just to let you guys know, as more people show up, we're going to have more people spam the account. So the reason being is because when you're leaning into grace, so there's this grace that comes on a screen to be mean because they don't want people to play in a loving way when they're not feeling loved. There's nothing I could do for somebody other than you have to lean into your own self-love. When you learn to sit still and stop popping that pill, that thrill to kill, you know what I mean? But I'm not, I'm just trying to cause a different kind of scene where I'm saying, listen to yourself, listen to your own vibration, create your own station. But every single letter that you put on a page, you're creating your stage, your platform. So you want to know why you're torn and why you're in a place of that place because of that thing. But we're having it more and more. So we already know what's in store. More of that people are coming because they want me to be running. But I'm staying in this place of grace. And thank you. We don't have no one has to have the same beliefs. No two people really have any of the same. You could be with your partner in your own home. Can you go into their head? You're better off doing something else instead. Going into that place for yourself. Do it for yourself. You have to be the one to do it for you. No one could do it for you. People in your own home feel all alone. How do I know? Because I was in that zone for a long time before I wrote these rhymes. And it wasn't a crime to shine. I just didn't know. They told you not to because they wanted you to be in your place. Stay in your place. Stay in that space. Have these rules like fools. And I was just a tool. You already know. But when I learned to grow on my own, in my own zone, I realized, oh my God, I am who I'm meant to be, which is to be free in my mystery, in my own zone. But how do you do that? You start to meditate every single day. Maybe you pray every single day. I don't know, pray. Maybe you write every single day. Maybe you exercise every single day. Imagine 5 minutes a day what it would do for you. My favorite food and drink. Pizza. I like pizza a lot. I love pizza. And I drink a lot of seltzer. A lot of seltzer. Would I say it's my favorite drink? No. I would say cherry Coke is probably my favorite drink, but I don't really have it that often. I have Coke, and I say Coke. Ooh, I said Coke, yeah. Coca Cola. I have Coca Cola once in a while. Coke is no joke, though. The other type of Coke is no joke. And that's not a drug that's present either. Years ago, you already know. But years ago, that was a quick show. Didn't last long. That was a different song. It wasn't wrong. I tell people, you have to do what you have to do. And by the way, it's nothing new. It's like you think you tell someone something and they're going to do anything differently anyways. That's the whole thing. So people could say I'm in a craze while I blaze, and I'm like, do you realize you're going to do what you're going to do regardless of what I say? You're going to play literally in your own way. It's just people sometimes we need to be reminded, you're going to do it. Why don't you just be present in what you do? Why don't you say, it's like that guy I told you, the guy in the lot at 7-Eleven a while ago. He was smoking a cigarette and I was smoking a cigarette with him. And he's like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. Shouldn't be doing this. I'm like, dude, You're killing my chill. I didn't say it like that, but I was thinking it. I was like, hey, I'm just enjoying every puff. You're telling me it's rough. I'm going to just enjoy every puff. And I learned that from a friend a long time ago who smoked cigarettes. He told me that there was a rabbi that he met who said, every breath is a blessing. Doesn't matter what it is. Hawaiian pizza. Oh, you already said that. I remember that, Vlad. What's up? What's up, Jav? What's up, Jav? Welcome. Appreciate you being here. So far, so good. Hope you're doing well today. Have I tried Mexican Coke? It's not real Coke. It's the high fructose syrup. They probably give that out on Passover. I wonder if that's the one they give out on Passover. They change the ingredients on Passover. It tastes a little better. We have a lot of pizza fans. Yeah, I understand. Hell yeah. That is the consistency of the cat vomit. Oh man, you guys are hilarious today. I mean, food. I'm not a big food guy, so when people ask me about the food and they're like, "You should eat this," or "You should eat that," I'm like, I'm not a big food person. I eat, but when I eat now, I try to eat. I try to enjoy it a little bit more. But there are times where I enjoy the food more. But there are times where I'm just like, I'm just eating because I haven't eaten in a while. I probably should eat. Kind of like when I get off the lives. I'm probably good that I end earlier these days because it's probably better for me to eat a little bit earlier than when I do. But day by day. And that's why it's funny when people say, no, it's really, you shouldn't tell people. I don't tell people to eat meat or not eat meat. I don't tell people to do this or do that. I would say to people, what's helpful is to be present in whatever you're choosing to do. And main thing is not causing damage to others. But the question for yourself, are you causing damage to yourself if you smoke? Are you causing damage to yourself if you're eating meat? Well, that's a question for you to ask yourself. If you feel that way, then you have to play a certain way. And that's the whole deal. That's what's real. No, 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 you don't feel. No, I do feel. I feel what's real for me. Can't you see me? I see you. I see what's true for you. I say, yeah, you want to do Buddhism, Taoism, you want to be Muslim, you want to be Christian, want to be an atheist. A lot of atheists that come here. Yeah, yeah. What's the difference? God is a word. Ram is a word. Allah is a word. Oh, I'm saying a word. You said the name of God and you're using it in vain. It's not in vain. I love all those names. It's not insane. It's just a different game. You realize it's just a word. It's not so absurd to say. It's form. When you're reborn, you're not torn between words. You're like, it's a vibration. It's a word. What word you like best? Just feel blessed. Let go of stress. I don't care how you do. It's all one and the same. Can you see it or no? I don't know. I'm a life coach, Jav. I'm a life coach helping people to remain calm in the storms of life. So when I come on here, I help people on here as well doing this thing, but I do it in a sort of where I entertain with singing, dancing, rhyming, all kinds of fun over here. But at the same time, and answering questions, but I do coaching. So if people want coaching, they should message me on TikTok at underscore the only way, or message me on my email. It's on my page on YouTube, so you can check it out. I also have my one a small little PDF. It's for free. People put their emails out there. I haven't done a newsletter yet for you guys, but that could be coming out soon. Maybe I'll sound out a new poem on my newsletter every week if people want to sign up to get that free PDF, stuff like that. That's maybe to a theater near you, but I can't tell everybody all the clues. I'm giving everyone things that are new. I just try to tell people, pay attention. That's all I need to mention, and here we are. So let's just be here now. I tell people to do what it is, but whether you follow, like, or all those things, those are beautiful. If not, just enjoy the plot. Be a vegetarian. This is beneficial for both of us. Innocent animals did not die. Again, am I killing any animals? No. Are you? I guarantee you're not. But if you think you're going to change that by you doing you're not. What it is, you have to enjoy what it is what you're enjoying. You have to be where you are. You can't do what other people want you to do because that's not who I am. I am who I am. It's all an illusion. You're gonna tell me that the it's not an illusion, but that's more confusion. It's a great illusion. I understand it's a great illusion. I understand. Am I really eating meat that I'm eating personally? Do you really know if it's me? Do you really know if I'm a guy or AI? Do you really know for real? That's the deal. Do you really know? Can you see my heart? That's where I would start. That's the only place. That's the place of grace. Moment to moment on the journey. I understand. People want me to be more than a man. Lean into just divine. Just be divine. That's the sign. That's the only sign, the only rhyme you should say. Pray with this book. This is the way. Yo, I already went that way of a book. It's for you want to follow a book? Follow a book. It's not wrong or right. It's your delight. You lean into the place of grace. But if it makes you feel you're living one way outwardly and another way inwardly, I would tell people to live a different way. Don't be fake. That's the only mistake. It's not a mistake because you have to be there until you're not there anymore. Be real. So I can't lie. Not going to lie. My guru has told me, love everyone and tell the truth. My truth is my words are loose. The truth is My guru cursed. My truth is, my guru would say, "Go away." He would say, "Jiao, go away. If you don't want to play in your own way, then literally go away." He would say, "Jiao, Jiao," and he was not always nice in that way. And he one time yelled at somebody. Ram Dass saw him yell at me. I understand, and he started to realize sometimes you have to realize sometimes you're good. It's a certain type of game and certain situations. And Maharaji knew wasn't holding anger. It's not in danger anger. It's a different type. It's not holding. It's like being on a screen. He knew he was on the screen the entire time. It's not real. But sometimes he needs people to feel yourself, not for him. That's not what's that's it's the veil of illusion. It's just within. He's trying to get into your place, but he's in you. He wants to see that just projections and reflections outside of you. So just do you. My kids give me the clue. I told you. My son is the one who's like, you do you. Tell me what to do. He's I was talking about something, and he's like, that's for you. That's for you. That's it. The current instructional methodology seems to lack the necessary inclusivity as inherent. Yeah, I don't know any of those. I'm just going to keep it very neat and clean. I have no idea what you mean. I have a degree in MSW, but I'm not a science professor. I'm not anybody special. I'm just a human with my own solution, which is to become a human again. Being, being. I make a different sound than this very ground. I use very, no, I wouldn't say so profound words, words that are more absurd. And I'm just a nerd. So I never got 90s. I got 80s. You know what I mean? I was that kind of guy. Although as time went on in school, I got better grades. My master's program was getting 90s. But I also knew the tricks of the trade. I learned, you know what I'm saying? Oh, behave. I won't, don't tell you all the tricks. Not all the tricks. Got to keep it. Some of them. Believing in everything means believing in nothing. You have to understand, this is nothing. This is nothing. We are nothing, but we're something. You're nobody special. You're nobody, but you're special. It's the paradox of life, my friend. But you're here to contend. I'd rather say blend with a different kind of trend. But again, it's your decision. That's my admission. I left religion because it was cruel to me. But it's up to you to pass on through in your own way. Some people play in a certain way, and that's okay. My thing was creating foundations. I meditate every day. I pray every day. I write every day, and you see it on this very display. Whether you stay or go, I'm going to continue this show. Now you know. Do you have your own flow, or you're just following other people's movies, the news, giving you all those clues? Noise, noise, make noise. You have to go do, or you're going to become nothing. You are who you are. Jesus said, I am the way. His way was saying, you have to say, I am. Now you understand. Are you part of this fam? Do you want to jam? Or you don't like that plan? But again, it's not my plan. It's thy plan. What am I supposed to do? You understand, fam? What are we supposed to do? So we pass on through. We stay for a minute or two. And I say, if you want to subscribe, great. If you don't, that's also great. I love you anyway. Just don't hesitate. Don't debate. I would say to start to meditate, not for me, but for you. It's to breathe. Because what are we doing all day? We're breathing. Are you consciously breathing throughout your day? You wouldn't know until you start to do it. You wouldn't know. It's like someone asked if you can know it in somebody else. You can only know anything from your within you. What's true for you? Do you see love in somebody else? Do you see behind the eyes and past the disguise where there are no lies into that magnificent surprise? The place is called the soul. And you'll say it's out of control. And I'll say it's alchemy. You'll say it's blasphemy. And I'll say it's within. You'll call it sin. And I'll say it's veil of illusion. And you'll say it's confusion. And you'll say, do my way. And I'll say, no, do your way. Do your own way. You're right. Do your way. You're right. Do it your way. Play, play, play every single day. Lest you become like children, you cannot enter the kingdom of heaven. Does a child worry about what he's eating, or his parents give him food and is misunderstood by everyone else? We have to be, no, you have to give the kid this. And then he's going to find bliss. And then I'll give him a kiss. But here you're here to diss. Because what? But don't miss. You can't possibly miss. What's there to miss? You are where you are. Every single moment where your perception is your reality. What's your mentality? Are you leaning into positivity? No, no one is hurt. No one's hurting my feelings. You have to understand. I'm here to explain, but now I'm mansplaining why I'm training in a different way and playing a different way. Never hurt my feelings, not at all. There's no spiritual ceiling. You just keep going and going, and you're flowing and you're showing and you're growing. So now you know that it's your own show, but you're living right now in my movie, which is kind of groovy. So stay and play. But this is the only way. And if it's not okay for you, pass on through. And now I'm going to give you the I just say he's crazy, man. He's crazy, but I'm not lazy. Maybe a little hazy at times with my rhymes and lines, but it's just part of a routine. I caused the scene. That's why you're here. But are you here to live out your dream, or are you living in my dream? That's the kind of scene. But you are me and I am you. Can you see that's true? I have a guru. Guru. My guru is me. Can't you see? Best believe I'm here to achieve. But I'm not here to achieve anything. It's already here. The achievement is in here and now. So I'll take a bow. So don't say you don't know how. It's to the place inside of you, your guru, Maharaji. But my guru, that was the thing I didn't want. I called it voodoo for a long time. I called it because I grew up as a Jew. So that's something new for you. Jewish people don't believe in gurus. Having a statue here of Hanuman, having a teacher Ramdas, having Jesus here. Every walk of life always thinks their way. It is your way. But if your way needs to be, if you need to make someone else follow your way, then it's not the way. That's what I'm here to say. So pray in your own way and slay in your own way. And it's okay to say words like that. It's not a load of crap. It's just a rap. What up, everyone? We're here to have fun. Even you, even the one that's on the other side right now, because right now I'm not reading any of the stuff except for the last one because it says there's only one. You live in the present and doing good things for you. That's all as your philosophy. I'm correct or not. Just live in the present moment and there's the thing is, Lakshars, there's only present moment. That's the only thing there is to do. I help people. What I do is I help people here. I'm here every single day on this display. Is it okay for you to stay? I keep on saying, play in your own way. And you're like, no, I need someone to tell me how to play. I can't play my own because we need validation and that kind of station. I'm saying start meditation without any kind of hesitation. Then you're saying he's getting mad. I'm like, I'm just a dad. I'm not sad. I'm not mad. Just a tad. I'm just joking. It's just blowing smoke. It's all okay. We're here, but we're entertaining. So again, do I need to keep on explaining? When you're on a screen, you are causing a certain kind of scene. I'm not here to be mean. I'm trying to all we can do is give a little clue on what to do for you. For me, I keep on doing it every single day. Can't you see on this very display? Why do you think I'm here? Because I let go of the fear. I can show my face. It's not disgrace, even if people say it's distaste. But you like, some people like it. I know. Some people do. Some people wish. They talk about the hair because they care. They talk about the eyes, no lies. They talk about my face. What kind of makeup or what kind of stuff do you use on my face? Yo, when you lean into grace, get a little taste. I'm 41 years old, but I wasn't sold. I was cold, but I leaned into my own mold. So I had to be bold. And then the story will be told, but it's already told. Now it's being told about you from before because they know what was in store because it is hardcore to go in this way. Why is he mad? I'm just a dad. I'm not mad. You have to understand what you have to. People say if you're just going to sit here. If I just sit here and breathe, we start with the meditation. Are you here without any hesitation at 10 a.m.? Are you part of this fam? Are you ready to jam? We start with a breathing moment. We start with 5 minutes, 10 minutes. People can't stay and play in that way. And they wonder why I have so much energy. How come I speak so fast? Because I know I'm not going to end up in last. Even if you think I'm going to run out of gas, not so much. I got that sass. You already know it's a show. So you don't think I have the flow? I sat by oceans and water, thinking of my daughter day after day after day, thinking, what kind of person do I want my daughter to be with? The person who has the heart like me. Can't you see that I live in the mystery? And yes, sometimes with passion. That fire, people want you to retire the fire. They call you a devil. I'm more like a rebel. Lean into Lucifer. He's an angel, but you're looking at it from a different angle. Can you tell you're under that spell? You think you're in hell. 24/7. Are you in heaven? 365, are you alive? We're not here just to survive. We're here to thrive. So it's okay to play in my way. And yes, I'll erase my voice, and that's a choice. Let's go. You already know there's a show. You want to blow smoke your own way? Go do it. But here we are. You already know Rodolfo is here. Rodolfo's my man. They're mad because I'm a Chad. I'm not that bad. I'm just a dad, just a little bit. I'll admit, sometimes I get into that fit, but then I sit each and every day as I pray and I play. That's what it is. You catch yourself. As Ram Dass would say all the time, my neuroses never went away. Not one neuroses went away from Ram Dass. Not one neuroses. But you know what he said? But it lessons. You learn lessons because you learn to discern. You yearn. You yearn day after day. But you yearn in a place of like just everything's learning. Every moment. There are no mistakes. But breath by breath, you keep coming back. At first, you react, but then you learn you can't ever slack. You'll never lack. You're just here, and that's where you have to be in this beautiful atmosphere. That's all it has to be. Listen, you have to, again, I can't explain to people. I'm no longer explaining. I'm here. We're doing this thing every single day. Most people want to be on the other side because they still want to hide with all their lies. I'm here to tell you there's a magnificent surprise that lies behind it all, but you're the one who thinks you're going to fall. So you're the one that's stalling and bawling, and you're saying, oh, but you cried on the screen the other day. But I'm not here to be mean. I'm here to cause a scene in a different kind of way to see, live out your own dream. Create your own foundation, your own station, your own initiation into your meditation. But you want levitation because you're leaning into your own ego, creating your own show. But you tell me to take it slow. Why? So I should wear your crown while you're here to surround? I'm here to tell you, burn those fires of desire. You call me a liar? I say I'm here to hire. Who wants to be here with me in that kind of way? Oh, I've already asked. People ask me for jobs. I'm like, yo, already got. Our job's already taken. Vlad's already the mod. He's already taken. It's already taken. It's not already taken. Vlad is here every single day. He's been here so many days. And sometimes like, he might miss. I'm sure he missed a day or two, whatever. But he's been here so many times. Thank you so much, Vlad. Everyone should thank Vlad. Appreciate you for moderating. Appreciate you for helping people. And for those who don't understand, we let people pass on through and to try to be difficult because I enjoy that. Vlad knows that he wants people to see how it really is here. I help people get rid of that fear, but they try to steer again and again while they drink that beer. And I say, I don't drink because it stinks, but that's for me. That doesn't have to be for you. So you could have one or two and get your clue that way. For me, it doesn't bring present, brings resentment. And then you say, when I smoke, that's not fine. I say it's a different design. I say, smoking, no joke, makes you high, but make you very present to the moment, brings you very here if you allow it to be. As we know in many, many, many villages over the course of time, it was a certain design. Why was legal? Why was weed not legal for so long in the United States? Come on, but alcohol was legal. Come on, we already know what kind of station did they want with the people, with the masses? They want people to be fast or slow. Alcohol makes you want to speed up until you drop, and weed slows you down to hear the sound on this very ground. So, welcome if you're new here. We're here to tell you where I was in therapy. I was a therapist for 15 years. Okay, 15 years. I would never be allowed as a therapist, especially in hospital settings, to tell you to do you. I'd tell you have to stop, or I'm taking you in a hospital that we were outpatient trying to help people, taking urine samples on people and reporting it to their probation and parole officers. But we had consent forms. We made them sign consent forms, release forms to tell on them. This is what we were doing. You tell me, you tell me how that's going to help people find their zen, or would you rather tell people, yo, can we slow down? Start to do all the things you do. Start to do meditation with all those things. Just start to do 3 minutes a day of breathing. What happens is you start to slow down, and then you start to be present, even in the drinking, even in the playing, even in the going out. Because if you start to notice, you'll start to see somehow some of these things when you're going out, and the noise. Really, you'll start to see the noise. You'll want to get out of the noise more and more. And as you get out of the noise, your anxiety will start to lessen. Your stress will start to lessen. You have to get out of everyone else's movies. You're in too many movies. Met more people. I was in so many movies, but a lot of people are. And as you get older, you just get in more movies and more movies, and you stop focusing on your movie, on your own family, but your own home, and you. You don't focus on you. You might focus on your family, but you're not focusing on you. So many people. I'm helping everybody, but they never help themselves. People who want to help everybody. I was that person for a long time until I went to do the own work myself. I see a lot of coaches out there. They're not doing the work. They're talking about meditation. They're talking about breathing. They would never come on here every single day to do it. And I'm not. I'm not just saying it. I know because I see it in their face. They're feeling the anxiety, the constant anxiety. I could do yoga all day long. I could care less what people are doing. I could see it in people's face. I could see it in people's eyes. I could see when they're looking down to the ground. When I pass them right on the block, I'm like, I pass you right on the block. I look right. I'm like, I'm happy to say hello to anybody who wants to say hello through this beautiful morning. What's up? Welcome. But it's just like, why are you putting your eyes down to the ground? If you're putting your eyes down to the ground, we already know what kind of sound you're making, what kind of stuff you're hiding. But again, some people learn to fake it. People get their eyes up. Oh, I could put my eyes. But you look at them with a place of love. Can they go into compassion in their actions? What kind of satisfaction are they looking for? Looking for what's in store? Or they could just be right here with you. That might be new. But here we are. What's to do? Welcome through. If you haven't already, please like, share, follow, subscribe, do all those things. Appreciate you, Lakshars, for coming through as always. All drugs should be illegal. Why? Why? We should have a police state. Everything should be illegal. All rules. This is what men say to do. Yeah, we got in trouble by having all these rules, making things. People know how to make things on their own. Be in that zone. Realize it's just the deal. People are growing their own plants. Now I'm just on a rant, so I'll stop. Because some people want to drop or think I'm a cop, or maybe they're a cop. Not gonna lie. Don't understand why people glorify legalizing drugs like weed. How do we expect to get ahead in life? That's the whole thing, Rojo. We're here to slow down, but you're here to speed up. Don't you know? And you're gonna have people that say, "Shut up!" while they pick up the cup. Yo, that cup is getting you to speed up. Don't you know? And don't you want to say, "Yup"? Look at the cup. Everyone drinks and they're all dance, but now they're running around, making all kinds of sound. And then you say, "But why would they?" Weed slows you down. That's why they didn't want it around for a long time until enough people realized, enough people were smoking. No joke. Enough politicians were smoking up there and they started to really care. Yeah, did they really care? Were they willing to share? Obama cared. Obama admitted that he was smoking, no joke. Oh yeah, he did. A lot of you think because they're not sitting in the White House that Trump didn't use drugs. You want to bug? Kidding me right now? All these guys, no lies. They're just human like the rest of us. We think these people, Elon Musk, all these people. It's just when you get to that stage and you're on that page, you're out of the cage, you're out of the maze, you're out of the haze. You do what you do. What's his name? Seth Rogen says he wouldn't go a day without smoking weed. Now you know, but you would love to be Seth Rogen. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. Yes, you would. Yes, you would. Seth Rogen. But again, Me personally, no. Like, the old me, yes. The old me would admit it. The old me would be like, kidding me, Seth Rogen? Come on. I'm not human. I'm an alien. Call me Paul. Love it, Vlad. I got my moderator being AI. You can imagine that's amazing. So good. Steve Jobs said the most important experience he ever had was experiencing mushrooms. Yeah, of course. But when Steve Jobs says it, it's like either you hate him or you love him. It's like those that type. But it's like just listen to the people who came before us. There are different avenues to tap into other levels of consciousness, and psychedelics is one of them. That's a big one. Weed also on a level can get you there too. Meditation can get you there. Walks in nature can get you there. You don't need to do any of this stuff, but that's the whole thing. Ram could get you there too. But Hashem could get there too. You got any name of Hashem, just the feeling, sitting in that feeling, all of it's true. So you're not wrong. It's all of it. What's up, Win? What's up, Win? Win, you made it before the end. I'm so grateful for you. And Mr. Dangwall is back. Welcome back. That's a fact. Guys, we're here. You came at the very, very end. I'm here to go. It's passing show. Now you know mushrooms will help unlock trauma and stuck. Of course, that's why people are scared, Biggie. People are damn scared of mushrooms. Let's call them out. They're scared. They want to scream and shout because they got the doubt. They want to bow. They want to tout how mushrooms are bad for you. Drugs should be illegal while they're having a drink. Get out of here. Get out of here. We're living with all that fear. A lot of that drugs will help you not steer and let you. Again, it's like what you see gets you into the humanity of it all. Like seeing you see what you see, a different reality, and then you start to realize, is it real? When people say illusion, is that when they say illusion, do you really understand what that means? It is an illusion. It's quantum physics 101, 11 dimensions. I mean, there's depth dimensions. And can you see? Well, you can see what you see is what you see. Would you be willing to take the deep dive? That's the place. It's more about the intent than what you chant. Exactly. Or the plan for that matter. But you're right. And again, sometimes I'm just on a rant, and that's why people are like, "Oh, he's angry." It's like what you see is what you see. I can't do anything but what you see. Do you see a smile behind it all? I don't know. And there's a little bit of that giggle always in me now that I have, but I can't. But especially when you're in your place of like this is the place, this is where I get to entertain. Coaching's different. I can't do it in this way, but yeah, of course you get the love from me, but it's not going to be the rhyming in this way. And that's the only way. Every place you have to play a role. I'm a dad. I can't always do this. My kids get pissed if I start to do this stuff. You understand? It gets rough for them. They want me to sit with Zen all the time. They want me to get out of their face. So I'm like, I give them space all the time. So they don't hear my rhymes. They don't hear my rhymes now anymore. They used to. They used to. Not anymore. Um, when is here? When is here for the din? Let's go for the end of the show. It's not that Rojo. You could do the whole thing, all of the tools. I'm gonna leave you guys with this. If your whole thing, it's there's you're for you. It's like no, this is good and this is bad. It's called the world of polarities. If you only been here one time, you have to come back again. I'll go into it, but there's called the world of polarities. Just don't be caught. Do whatever it is you do, whether you beneficial. Yeah, there are reasons. You're not wrong, of course. But what I want to tell people is that we think we're changing people. When you tell someone to not do it, doesn't do a thing. So what you rather do is tell someone, do it. Do what you do. Just be present with it. Enjoy it. Now, can you add a meditation into what you do in your life? Do all the same life. Now start a meditation. Start a meditation every single day. But instead of doing that, people want to tell everyone else what to do while they're not changing their own station. So I realized I stopped telling people what to do, as opposed to you have to work with the person and understand this is what they're doing. Now, if they say to me they want to stop, I tell people, even when they want to stop, I say, most likely they tell you that on a page here, they're not really want to stop. They don't want to stop. They just asking me a question. They don't know who I am. They're just coming here to ask a question. They don't really want to stop. They want someone to they want to feel loved. Sorry, not sorry. That's the truth. We want love as we pass through this journey. We want love, not just above. We want it right here on a screen. So stop being mean to ourselves. Stop being mean about what we're doing. Stop judging ourselves, especially for silly things. Eat what you eat, even if it's meat. I don't care what people want to sell you. This is the way. It's not how Jesus or my Maharaji would talk to you. Maybe if you were there in Kenshi or wherever in India, he would tell you he would feed you so you wouldn't be eating meat. But if you're here in New York, you know, and that's what it is. But you eat what you eat and you do what you do. And even if you drink, I say, for real, you don't stink. The drink for me stinks for me, but for you, it's do you. That's the clue. So welcome. Grateful for being here. Got to go. It's passing show. If you're new, subscribe. If not, we'll be back tomorrow anyway. TikTok later. If you want to message me about coaching, my email you could check. or at underscore TikTok underscore the only way on TikTok. Uh, you want me to close with the way I always do to give you a little clue before I ado? Before I ado, this is the only way. We're here to play and pray in our own way, so it's okay to stay, but it's time to go. Passing show again. So here we go into the next flow. Love you all.